Hephaestus, the blacksmith god, the god throned from heaven. In a pantheon of gods defined by their physical perfection and blinding beauty, Hephaestus stands apart. He was not beautiful. He was not whole. He was the only Olympian who was physically disabled, described as lame in both legs. And his tragedy began at the very moment of his birth. The story goes that Hera, furious that Zeus had given birth to Athena all by himself from his head, decided to prove that she could do the same. She willed herself to conceive a child without a male partner. The result was Hephaestus. But when Hera saw the baby, she was horrified. He was small, shriveled, and cried incessantly. Disgusted by his imperfection, the Queen of Heaven did the unthinkable. She snatched her own newborn son and hurled him off the edge of Mount Olympus. Hephaestus fell. He fell for an entire day, from dawn until sunset. He finally crashed into the ocean, some say onto the island of Lemnos, breaking his legs upon impact, which left him permanently crippled. He was rescued by the sea nymph Tethys, the future mother of Achilles, and Eurynome. They hid him in a sea cave where he spent 9 years nursing his injuries and his resentment. But in that darkness, he discovered his gift. He began to shape metal, coral, and gems into exquisite jewelry. He was broken in body, but his hands were divine. The trap of the golden throne. Hephaestus eventually planned his return to Olympus, not with an army, but with a gift. He crafted a magnificent golden throne, intricately carved and radiating light. He sent it to his mother, Hera, as a peace offering. Hera, delighted by the beautiful chair, sat down on it immediately. Clang! Instantaneously, invisible, unbreakable chains sprang from the throne, binding her arms and legs. The more she struggled, the tighter they gripped. The Queen of Gods was trapped in her own seat of power. The other gods tried to free her. Ares used his strength. Apollo used his magic, but nothing worked. Only the maker of the trap could undo it. Zeus, desperate to free his wife, sent Ares to drag Hephaestus back by force. Ares charged down to the forge, expecting an easy fight against a cripple. But Hephaestus fought with fire. He hurled molten metal at the god of war, driving him away in shame. It was Dionysus, the god of wine, who succeeded where force failed. He didn't fight. He simply visited Hephaestus, shared stories, and poured wine. He got the smith god drunk. Then he loaded the intoxicated Hephaestus onto a mule and led him back to Olympus in a festive procession. Hephaestus agreed to free Hera, but on one condition. He demanded a seat on the Olympian council and the hand of Aphrodite, the most beautiful goddess, in marriage. It was the ultimate victory for the rejected son. The architect of Olympus. Once established on Olympus, Hephaestus became the glorious workman of the gods. He built their shining palaces of bronze and gold. He forged Zeus's thunderbolts, Artemis's arrows, and Helios's chariot. His workshop was a place of wonder, located either under Mount Olympus or beneath the volcano of Mount Etna. There, sparks flew, bellows roared, and the Cyclops served as his assistants. Hephaestus was also the master of automation, the first roboticist in history. Because he had difficulty walking, he built golden handmaidens, mechanical women made of metal that could move, speak, and think, assisting him in his work. He crafted silver and gold dogs to guard the palace of King Alcinous. His most fearsome creation was Talos, a giant bronze man that patrolled the island of Crete. Talos would circle the island 3 times a day, throwing boulders at enemy ships. He was the ancient world's first killer robot, powered by a single vein of ichor, God's blood, running from his neck to his ankle, held in by a bronze nail.
The creator of Pandora. Hephaestus's skill was not limited to metal. He could also shape life from clay. This talent was used for a dark purpose when Zeus wanted to punish humanity for accepting the stolen fire from Prometheus. Zeus commanded Hephaestus to create the first woman. Hephaestus took earth and water and molded a figure of stunning beauty, modeled after the goddesses themselves. He gave her a voice and strength, but no soul. That was for the other gods to fill. Athena clothed her, Aphrodite gave her desire, and Hermes gave her a deceptive mind. They named her Pandora, all gifted. Hephaestus looked upon his creation, a beautiful evil, knowing that she was destined to bring suffering to mankind through the jar or box she carried. It is a testament to Hephaestus's role. He is the neutral toolmaker. He forges the plow that farms the field and the sword that kills the farmer. He creates what is asked of him, regardless of the consequences. The armor of Achilles. The greatest heroes required the greatest weapons, and only Hephaestus could provide them. In the final year of the Trojan War, the hero Achilles lost his armor, which was worn by his friend Patroclus, when Hector killed him. Thetis, Achilles' mother, the same nymph who saved Hephaestus when he fell from heaven, came to the smith god to beg for a favor. "My son is destined to die soon," she wept, "but let him fight in glory." Hephaestus remembered her kindness. He said, "For you, I would hide him from death itself if I could. But since I cannot, I will give him armor such as the world has never seen." He forged a shield that contained the entire cosmos. On its surface, he depicted the earth, the sky, and the sea, the sun and the moon, 2 cities of men, one at peace, one at war, fields being plowed, vineyards being harvested, and young men and women dancing. It was not just a tool of war, it was a masterpiece of art, representing all of human life. When Achilles wore it, the bronze shone like a star, striking terror into the Trojans. This story highlights Hephaestus as an artist. He finds beauty in the details of life, even when creating instruments of death. The fire of industry. Hephaestus is the god of fire, but not the destructive fire of a forest blaze. He is the fire of the kiln, the forge, and the hearth. He represents industry and technology. In a way, he is the most human of the Olympians. He suffers, he sweats, he works with his hands. While other gods snap their fingers to make things happen, Hephaestus has to hammer, bend, and shape his reality. He is the patron of every smith, carpenter, builder, and artisan. His marriage to Aphrodite was unhappy and riddled with infidelity, symbolizing that skill and beauty are often paired, but rarely understand each other. Yet without Hephaestus, the Olympians would be defenseless. They would have no palaces, no weapons, and no throne. He teaches us that there is dignity in labor, and that even those who are broken can build things that last forever.